Come on in and join Ali, Cheyenne, and I on Just Jeff Podcast for a serial killer episode, where we talk all about different serial killers. Unfortunately, there's no video episode for this, but there is still a video up on the YouTube, so be sure to check that out and come join us. Hey guys.
Hi.
Welcome. Hi. Oh well. Hey. Welcome.
Hola.
Hey. Welcome to Just Jeff Podcast. We have two of our wonderful constant guests here. Of course, my producer and wife Cheyenne, and then we have Allie over here. You remember from that last episode a while, like recently. She's drinking a cocktail. Yeah. And we're here to do another Halloween episode. This one is about serial killers.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct?
Yep.
So I know some, I don't know many, and what we're going to do here is Cheyenne's going to say a serial killer. She's done her research, and I'm going to speculate as to who this serial killer is and why they are who they are, and then we'll see if that's true, how close I am to truth.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll
You're a
learn.
very good bartender, by the way.
What?
You're a very good bartender.
Oh yeah, thank you. It's a nice cocktail.
It's an old-fashioned.
Old Manhattan fashion.
A serial killer.
An old
fashion.
man fashion.
He calls it that because there's a bunch of hair in it.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yep.
A bunch of my hair.
Yep.
From everywhere.
Yeah.
All over.
Rhymed.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's just stab right into this, you know?
Oh my.
Okay, so do we want to start from, like, the bottom of the list or the top of the list? Like, bottom or top?
I'm a bottom.
Okay.
I've always been a bottom girl.
We can
Homing
go
dead
back and
fish.
forth. We can go bottom, top, you know?
Okay.
Lazy.
So,
lover.
I
Okay.
think this is probably... I'm going to start from... Ooh, that one's a good one. No, he's not a... Okay, he did kill people,
Wow.
but it was just Versace.
So while we're waiting... Oh,
I think this one.
It was Darren Criss that killed Versace. And he... It was really bad. He had some nasty stuff happen to him when he was a kid, and I feel bad. And then he killed Versace, and then he, was holed up in a boathouse, right? Yeah. Darren Criss? The guy from Glee?
No, Darren Criss is not a serial killer.
But he played the guy.
He played a serial
that's
killer.
what, yeah.
Yeah. What was his name in that show?
His name was Michael Vincenzo. I have no idea. I don't remember.
Andrew Cunanan.
Andrew Cunanan. As soon as you said it, I remembered it.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No.
The last name I did, not the first name.
No.
I did. Okay.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. He
Killed Versace. He's not a serial killer because he just killed one person. It's not like a
No, he
thing.
killed 5 people.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't say he's a serial killer.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't the same fashion.
No, it
as
wasn't meticulous like a thing that's...
It wasn't as thought out.
Yeah, it was just like a spur.
It was more out of vengeance.
I don't know as much about this one, so I'm looking back and forth.
We just watched a Netflix show about it a while
So
back.
there's an actual, like, it's not, okay, it's American crime story, where they're actually taking actual crimes and then making them into
like they had
TV
the
shows.
OJ trial.
And then they did this one, The Killing of Versace, and the most recent one was the Clinton, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. What's that woman?
Martha Stewart.
No.
John Wayne Gacy.
Lewinsky.
Yeah, Monica Lewinsky.
Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah, and so it's that whole thing, which is,
That's funny.
I'm so excited to see that.
That'll be fun to
Okay.
watch.
Because I'm actually Team Monica. Actually hearing her story.
Haven't heard it. Don't know anything about it.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah,
I know
me
about
neither.
it. I
But
don't
yeah,
know
but
the
not-
details.
yeah.
No, she was, like,
Preach.
seriously victimized. And what they did to her was not okay.
No.
An older man in power took advantage of a younger intern.
And then they try to spin it like she was being a harlot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not okay.
I don't
She
know the story,
literally-
so I'm...
Literally was, like, had, like, the worst anxiety of trying to get out of her house for almost 15 years after the whole incident.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a little bit of research and come back and talk about that.
I was going to say, and also I'd want to know the before stories, too.
Yeah.
Like, like what led to it. Not just the pressure, but, like, what was her life like,
She was literally trying to be in politics her whole life because she wanted to make a change. And she's like, by the time I finally got an actual job and was doing that, this whole thing happened within 6 months, and it killed my career in politics. She's like, my whole dream as a child was taken from me.
That sucks.
Oh my Lanta.
So, yeah, I feel completely horrible for her. So,
Okay.
we're going to go from the first one, and you might actually know this one, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Delphine Lalaurie.
Oh, old Delphine Lalaurie. They're from Louisiana. It's it's.
So she's from Louisiana.
Yeah, I say they just to kind of not be specific. I don't want to assume people's genders right now when it comes to serial killers. So
think
I'm
we
gonna
know
refer to
hers, though.
I'm gonna refer to everyone as they. She, if this is what you prefer.
I don't know. This bitch has been dead for 350 years.
She wasn't. She used to kill slaves, right?
Yeah.
And
like
torture.
and torture them, and she would like cut off what is it? She cut off like animals' heads and put it on there and sew it to their bodies and stuff like that, and like put it over their head, like that kind of shit, and would like lock them up in those like nail beds and all kinds of awful stuff. It was
a torture house,
Yeah.
for sure.
for sure
They still don't know exactly how many people she's
too
killed.
many.
They have no idea how many.
Well, A, it was a long time ago. B, the whole house was destroyed in a fire.
Well, that too.
And C, it was slave time.
Yeah,
No
there
way
were
to
so many. There were
documentation.
so many undocumented that I'm sure it just
Yeah.
kind of went under the radar.
Literally,
That's
you could
what I mean. You have
kill a
no
slave
idea. She could
tomorrow,
have done
get
hundreds.
a new one,
Hundreds.
and no one gave a
Hundreds,
shit.
probably
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Honestly,
I'm going
yeah.
to say thousands.
Yeah.
You go for that, Stell. Just
She's
get
being a little serial killer down there.
To that
you
carrot.
kill
The
that
carrot.
carrot. You kill the carrot. But so she was actually killed in a fire at her mansion.
Was she from Louisiana?
She was not from Louisiana, but she lived in Louisiana. She came from France.
Wow, that was a out of the left field guess.
Really? You
Yeah.
didn't know that part?
I'm going to say you should know
I
this.
know who she was as soon as we started talking about her, but when I heard the name, I was just like, that sounds something like Creole or something like that. So I was like, either it's French or it's Louisiana. So I'm going to go with Louisiana and look at that.
Yeah.
I know exactly who we're talking about. Kathy Bates played her in American Horror Story. I know the exact character you're talking about. Yeah, or the ex-person.
Yeah.
I've done a little bit of
So-
research on her. She's fucking, like, awful.
You want to know something
Kathy
kind of
Bates.
interesting?
No.
Kathy Bates is great. Crazy Nick Cage owned her house for a very, very
It's
long
true.
time.
He just recently sold it, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh.
he did. Because his
Interesting.
new wife, who was very tiny and very Asian, is having another baby for him.
Oh, okay.
Because there
babies?
should be more Nick Cages, apparently.
Yes, why not?
Have you noticed in his recent... Sorry. Tangent. Have you noticed in his recent movies, he's got, like, dark dyed hair and eyebrows, but then his chest hair is incredibly white.
I haven't seen
It's
anything
so,
recent.
like,
Okay.
it's just go gray.
Okay,
Embrace the
him and
old.
John Travolta, they're just going to keep on sticking out with that black hair forever.
Oh gosh. They're like this old man that comes into our work and he's like crotchety, but he has the most black, like night black. Like he must get the darkest of dark black dye, or like uses tar, and it's just like, oh my lord, dude, like. Just embrace it, yeah. Mm-hmm. Or at least go for a little pepper look. Don't just go straight solid like.
Do the Sean Connery old man look.
He looks like Creed when he goes through the ink in the office and puts it in his hair. You know, that's what it looks like. Poor guy. He's trying. Okay, what do we got next?
Okay, Tsutomu Miyazaki.
Well, obviously it's Japanese. I don't. They probably like would kidnap people and would
And this one I don't know.
and would take them, off to like a bathhouse and would drown them. Probably
Okay, so you're saying he hurt adults.
anybody,
Okay. Why did he kill people then, Jeff?
because he used to have to take a lot of baths and he hated it. So he would kick adults that had kids and that made them want
He
to
would scrub their bodies clean.
Yeah, and he would drown them and then clean them and then that's why. And,
And he would
choke on
use
soap. Yeah,
what's the abrasive metal?
Brillo pads.
Yeah, Brillo pads.
Yeah, he just hated baths, so he drowned adults that had kids
Clean the hell out of them.
in bad houses.
Okay, so this is gonna
So
get
much
dark.
worse.
Oh.
Okay, so he's the Otaku Killer.
Oh, I know that name. Yeah.
So he was the cartoon killer,
Yeah.
and he would essentially find children, girls, very young girls,
Oh, God.
murder them, strip her of her clothes, and then write the dead bodies.
Oh, God.
And then would leave the dead bodies in woods.
I'm going to have to put a trigger warning at the beginning of this episode.
Oh, for sure. Well,
Yep.
you're talking about serial killers.
Yeah, I should have already, but I'm going to have to put one in.
Ruh-roh.
Retroactive trigger warning.
Yep. And that's what he was known for. Just like 4 to 7 year old little girls.
How long did was he doing this for?
Well, he got convicted in 1997.
I know, but
I
how
believe
was he?
1988 was when it started,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
So about 10 years, possibly.
Yep.
God damn.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He killed 4 girls, dismembered their bodies, and indulged in necrophilia. And he was
Christ.
hung to death in 2008.
Hung. Good.
Yep. Good old Japanese justice.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Fuck
They're not
yeah.
doing poison.
No, they want you to feel it.
Yeah.
God damn it. Good for them.
And all the girls' parents were there.
Still not enough justice, obviously.
Oh gosh, no.
I feel like we should have a room, parents and family members only. The revenge room.
Oh. You get to poke them.
I think any
Yeah.
victim of
Whatever they want.
rape or like families of rape and murder can do that.
Or children's.
Yeah.
Revenge room.
Oh, yeah.
Next.
Down for the
Revenge room.
revenge room. Okay. Have you heard of the Butcher of Rostov?
Oh, yeah. That's the Butcher of Rostov over in Munich. Munich, Russia. Munich's in Germany, isn't it? I'm not. So what they would do is they were a butcher by day and a butcher by night.
Ah.
And they use the cover of them being a meat butcher to dismember people that didn't pay their tabs at their butchery.
Are you going off Sweeney Todd?
It might feel a little Sweeney Toddy, but he didn't sell the meats. He would just butcher them up and then like grind them up and then just dispose of them.
Put him
But
in the toilet?
whatever he could do, spread them in the lake or whatever. But they're bits and pieces, so the fish would eat them. He'd like pulverize them.
So he's a Russian killer in Munich,
Yeah.
which is in Germany.
Yes.
A butcher and a butcher.
A butcher.
So he travels between Russia and Germany and murders people as a butcher.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's just his passion. Some people don't need to have
See,
a
he
reason.
tried horse meat, didn't like the taste of horse meat, and then went to people meat.
And it tasted oh so good. He does keep a little morsels for himself.
Yeah.
But he gets rid of most of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that this website gives us their astrological signs.
Oh my gosh.
So he is a Libra.
Yeah, tell them what about it real quick.
Tusomo was a Leo. And Delphine Lalaurie was a Pisces. So let's see what astrological sign has the most people. I do know a lot of them were pretty much born in Oregon and Washington. Don't know why. Really, it's common.
As any crime podcast would say, of course.
Yeah, it's ironically like just generic. Yeah,
It's all the rain.
I don't know. I
Doesn't
love the
stay
rain.
in Spain or in the plains.
So Andrei Chikatilo, I think I said that right. I might not have. Sorry.
Chikatilo.
Whatever. The Rostov Ripper was a Russian serial killer who confessed to killing 56 people, all women and children, and sexually assaulted all of their bodies.
Of course.
But only convicted of 52.
Yep.
awful.
They couldn't find the rest of the bodies.
I feel like yours was more detailed.
Yeah.
This one was like, he just killed almost 60
He
people.
just got
no
him.
big
and-
deal.
He just got him and got rid of him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that one. I
Oh.
do like this one. Okay. So, Dean Corell.
Oh, good old Battle Dean from Ohio.
Nope.
from Denver.
Sure.
From where?
Indiana.
From Indiana. I was close. It was somewhere generic. So from Indiana, what he would do is he worked at a Dairy Queen, and he would use the Dairy Queen as a hunting ground for children. And he would
I thought it was daddies.
Well, no, he would find the children without the daddies,
Oh.
and
Daddyless children?
and try and be their daddy. And this sounds really awful. I don't want to say that. And he would try and trick them by being a father figure.
I'll be your
and,
daddy. God, we're going to hell, you guys.
and would lure them and do all the stuff that you said the other people did, but I don't want to say.
I laughed and snotted. I hope
Yeah.
it was caught. Like the little.
Do you want to know more about him?
Yeah, I just told you all about him.
Okay, so he was the Candy Man
Yeah.
or the Pied Piper.
The Candyman can.
But also known as the Houston Mass Murderers.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Houston, Indiana?
So, he had accomplices, and he killed a bunch of young men and boys.
Yeah.
So, did you know this?
Yeah, that's what I was describing.
Yeah, you totally knew.
But it was just a little different, the way I said it.
Mm-hmm.
Candy, Dairy Queen, same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
Yeah.
totally makes sense. So, really, what ended up happening is, he ended up, just killing a bunch of people. So it started with, a few people and worked with other ones, and they were essentially being the Candyman all over town. And my thing is falling down.
Yes, it is.
Meow.
You gotta.
Yeah, I gotta... No, it's from here. This thing is not in, you guys.
It was. You just keep pulling on it.
No, I don't touch it.
It's
right
you keep
there.
pulling. You keep moving your computer, and it keeps pulling on the cord, and it pulls on
Can
the
you
whole
help me?
thing. I
Please?
can't do anything from all the way over here. There's too much in the way.
Okay, let's see.
Technical difficulties. This episode of Just Jeff is brought to you by Buddy's Steaks. Just Jeff's first and only sponsor for right now.
I'm
Buddy's
not gonna
Steaks
touch it.
in Portland, Oregon. You can get Philly cheesesteaks, mozzarella sticks are all vegan. You can get some French fries and some delicious cheese sauce and some water ice and all sorts of stuff. This episode of Just Jeff is brought to you by Buddy's Steaks. Use promo code Just Jeff for 10% off your order. That's Just Jeff, all one word, and use Just Jeff for 10% off everything in the world, but specifically at Buddy's. And back to Just Jeff.
Oh, and before we say that, Buddy's Steaks does not condone serial murders or any of the kind.
Yes.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes.
Okay. So, fantastic. You will get...
Oh, that's better. This one's better.
Yeah, I'm going to get over here. Okay, we're going to find some really good ones. Oh, no. Okay. We
Okay.
can kind of jump around from here.
Yeah. Let's jump.
Okay. Richard Ramirez.
Oh, he's in LA. He was the guy who was he was worshipped Satan. He was satanic, I know that, and god damn it, what was his thing? He would kill women. Right? And he
But killed women, but
He didn't just kill women.
oh, I don't know. But also killed men.
found their teddy bears and showed them a thing or two.
I know that name, but I can't think of what he did. I know he was like a Satan worshiper.
Yep.
That's all I got.
I didn't touch it.
I-
touch it. This thing is...
It's okay. Tell me about it while I fix that.
Okay, I'm just gonna hold the mic.
Please don't.
Okay, so it moved. Okay, so Richard Ramirez was the Night Stalker.
The Night Stalker. That's the name I couldn't remember.
Okay, his big thing is he would only go into houses that were unlocked.
Well, they deserve it if they're leaving their houses unlocked.
If they had left unlocked doors or left their windows open, he saw that as an invitation
Correct.
to come in. But if your doors were locked
I
and your
agree.
windows were closed, he didn't touch people. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to kind of say this. Why do people have their doors and their windows open in LA at nighttime?
If you knew this was happening too.
Yeah.
Like,
I
even
think
just
it was
normally.
an oopsie daisy. I can say that I once left the back door opened on accident. I went up. I was exhausted. The lights are out. I turned the deadbolt and turned the little knobby lock. And then the next morning, I hadn't even closed the door all the way. It was opened, but I had turned the... So it was... I think they were oopsie daisies.
Oopsie daisies, you got murdered.
Exactly.
Oopsie
Oopsie,
poopsie.
look what I did.
I'm just saying, like, if there is a serial killer out that's going around killing women, as a woman, I would be like, I don't care if I am tired as fuck. I am checking all my shit.
Everything.
Because, like, that's... I can understand that now. You know, if you didn't know there was, like, a super big serial killer on the loose. But if there's a super big serial killer on the loose in this area and they already have, like, created a pattern, they're like, he goes for women. He goes for, like, doors and unlocked windows. I'd be like, I'm closing all my shit.
And he's
Deadbolting.
not scared of the men folk next to
No.
the lady folk.
Oh, no.
He'll go for anybody.
He kills the men first.
Yeah.
Like, if you were in this house and I left the window open, he'd kill you. And then he would generally, like, torture the women.
However, like, oh, I almost burped. Did you hear that? I heard it. That was impressive.
I liked it.
A burp on air, but something something that all the people did is they recognized it was like the people went after this guy.
Yeah.
And they were like, he's over this way. And they started chasing him. And
Yeah.
they were the ones that caught him before the police because the police were on their way. But they were like, no,
Yeah.
motherfucker. And and it was the people that actually found him.
Someone
remember correctly-
recognized him and they're like, hey, that looks like him. And then other people were like, oh my God.
Yeah,
and then they were
started
like,
chasing him.
and it was like mob mentality. Like,
I remember,
he
I
can't
thought
get
it
us
was
all.
in, like, one of the like, gang areas, if I remember correctly.
I don't know.
The
Yeah,
mob.
I think someone from a gang recognized him, right?
When they say gangs are bad,
Shoot.
this is a good gang we're in.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends on the gang. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, it was in East LA.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't it wasn't an actual, but it was a lot of, like, it was a lot of people, and it started, yeah, because he was in East LA. 1980, yeah, it's not going to be a good area in 1980.
No.
It's still not a good area. Sorry. I lived in LA for quite a while. So, yeah, he killed 13 people. And
nothing
one
compared to
extra
the last
person
guy.
that he killed in San Francisco actually got him the death sentence. So the 13 people, no, apparently no death sentence. He's just life. But the 14th, California's like, nah,
Too much.
we're going to kill you. And then he died of cancer before they could actually do the
Oh, so
killing.
he's like, fuck you guys.
Yeah. Or Satan's like, I'll take you early.
I'll take you early. You've done a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think if Satan was real that he, like, hires out these serial killers like hitmen to commit mass works of evil to kind of like, because evil, I'm sure, Satan would thrive off of that if he was real.
I guess you could also go the opposite way too.
God asking them to?
Because what if these are really awful people in
That
the
they're-
future, or like their spawn?
Oh,
But we're
yeah.
awful.
Like,
Like,
they're
they're
making the
actually-
next Hitler, so they're killing someone who's going to make
Have
the next
you
Hitler.
seen, what's the show The Sandman?
Have I
Yes.
seen
Okay,
this?
sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
asking.
Man.
It's like the same thing in The Sandman when they go to that,
Oh, the serial killer
well, it's not serial
convention.
killers.
Or
It's
no, just
collectors.
collectors, yeah.
And they have all the different things, and it's like, women. And they're like, why aren't we represented well in this? You know, they're like, I killed for the exact same reasons as men. And it was like going through that, and then there was like the really religious, they're like, God told me to murder
different
these
rooms.
people. You know, and it's
Yeah.
like shit like that.
Yeah.
I really liked that. I thought that was hilarious.
That was pretty great.
The
I loved it.
juxtaposition, they're all there for the same reason, but, like, not really for the same reason.
Yeah,
But
For the
they-
same cause, but not for the same reason.
exactly.
Yeah.
They all
and it
have
was
their
a
own.
serial
Yeah.
convention.
I know.
In quotes.
I know.
I love it.
That was a good, clever joke.
Yeah. We still never watched the last episode.
I can't watch that weird. Okay, we watched the whole show. We're not watching that last episode of the weird animation stuff.
The cat stuff.
If you just skip the cat one,
I can't get past. I've seen too much.
fast forward.
I've seen too much. of
And
that
I
one,
know
and
I can feel what she's seen. And I know
I
it.
literally, I was like, okay, we'll try it, and he was gone for like 10 seconds, and I'm seeing her, and I'm like, no. no! And I just turned it off.
Yeah, I won't. Yeah,
Nope.
Okay.
whatever. Okay,
I'm good. I
Next
don't
one.
need to watch the cartoon one. It's not actually part of the canon, so I don't care. Okay, BTK.
The Burger Town Killer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're completely right here.
they're this killer in Cincinnati that would kill Burger Town employees. What they would do is they wait for the night shift to get off, and they would find the Burger Town employees, and they would kill them, and they would kind of like cut up their body to look like the Burger Town mascot.
Oh,
And
who
Where's
was the
Burger
Burger
Town?
Town?
Burger Town is in, I said it was in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Oh.
but what's the Burger Town mascot? I'm not really familiar with this. I haven't spent that much time in
Oh
Cincinnati.
man, it's this horrible. I can't even describe it. I don't even know what kind of species it is. It has like no skin
Uh-huh.
and
I
no
wanna
arms.
live there.
In Cincinnati.
No,
Yeah.
in Burger Town.
Oh, you know that they put cinnamon in their chili in Cincinnati and they put it over
Well, there's
pasta.
no chili in Burger Town. So
that makes
what they would
sense.
do is they would make them do, and then they would put a bunch of French fries on them,
French fries on the
on
people.
the dead bodies, yeah.
Oh, okay, that
Bury
makes
'em in.
sense.
And then that was just like, oh no, they got him.
That was his calling card?
yeah,
French fries?
Yeah,
Were they like fresh French fries or are they like frozen?
yeah,
Or the ones you find under your car seat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just yeah.
Yeah.
All the above.
yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you got.
Do you know who the BTK is?
Yes, I do.
The Burger Town Killer.
The Burger Town Killer.
Yeah. So he was BTK stands for bind, torture, and kill.
Yeah, that's what this one guy would do.
And they actually didn't know who this guy was for a very long time. And I've actually read most of his daughter's stuff because he lived a very normal life. His other persona, he had a wife, a family. He worked for, I believe, an alarm company, correct? Or telephone. One of the two.
Yeah.
And that's how he knew about the houses, is he would go work on these houses and then he would go back. And
Interesting.
he even did the house just, 2 doors down from where he lived?
He was a compliance supervisor.
There you go.
Compliant. I don't know what that means.
It's literally just rules and regulations. It's the most boring job in the world.
Oh, that's probably why he kills.
But,
And he was a Club Scout leader.
yep, he lived
Yeah.
a totally normal life, raised his babies,
Of
had a
course.
wife.
Went to church.
And if I remember correctly, 2 doors down when he did kill that woman, did all the horrible things. What?
You might just have to stop this.
This?
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
my life.
So apparently, he killed 10 people. And guess how he was found out?
Ancestry.
You're really close. He actually sent in a floppy disk
That's it.
to the police.
And they were able to trace it.
the DNA back to his church.
Yes, because he was the top church guy.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so his DNA gave away his freedom.
So I'm assuming he was caught in the 90s since he had a floppy disk.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it was the 90s, right?
Yep. To the 1990s.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in Cincinnati, it was in Kansas. Good
Yeah,
old
that's
Kansas.
the Cincinnati of the
Burrito Town.
yeah.
Burrito Town.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Burger Town's a franchise. They're all over.
Okay, let's talk about another really good one. I'm gonna move up here, find a better one. No. I really like. Where is it?
Oh, you could do that one.
Exactly. Gary Ridgway.
Oh, Gary Ridgway. That's probably the real name of the Green River Killer.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my god. You did so good.
How did you guess that?
I just know my serial killers.
You saw my computer, didn't you?
I did not. That was
Okay.
That was
He can't see.
Okay,
and the Green River Killer. What they would do is they would kill people in the Green River. They'd find people that are like inner tubing or kayaking, and they'd pull them under because they were really big fans of the Jason Voorhees movie. So they were like,
They were scuba
and they were-
diving
and that-
experts.
Yeah, and so they'd kill them, and then they'd stab them, and they'd put a bunch of rocks in them, and sink them to the bottom of the river.
And then how would they find him?
They wouldn't, because the fishies would eat them.
So how do they know how many people?
They don't.
Oh, they don't.
They don't. A lot.
A lot.
Yeah. They found some just skulls. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, where is the Green River?
It's in one of the cities.
That makes total
One of the
sense.
states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in I want to say it's in Idaho.
Yeah. Yep, you're completely right here.
Am I?
No.
Oh, you
Nope.
thought I was.
Yeah.
No.
Where?
It's in Washington.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to be presumptuous.
Go up.
Oregon?
No,
No, go up in Washington.
Washington.
I don't know where Idaho's at.
Idaho is.
Right next to Washington.
Okay, go up. I still don't understand the direction you guys are pointing.
So from where we are in Washington, Green River is up
Oh, from us right now.
From
Okay,
us.
That makes more sense.
right now.
Duh. Okay. So cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about it?
Where?
What do you want to know?
Where's the river at? This is why we have tissues.
It's in Washington. It's up near like Toledo. I don't know. Fucking
Toledo.
It's up near Seattle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not okay. It's south
go
of
down.
Seattle. Okay,
I don't know what's up there.
Okay,
Tacoma?
Tacoma.
it would be right of Tacoma.
To the right of
East of
Tacoma.
Tacoma,
That's
yeah.
what I meant.
So in Puyallup, going.
We
taking
really would have
Umpqua
taken.
Okay.
And
Oh,
Buckley.
that was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So he was known for actually abducting runaways and sex workers.
Prostitutes.
Yep, pretty much on the street, or
Oh.
Yeah.
if you were running away or hitchhiking, truck stops, things like that. He would take them and then kill them and then dispose of their bodies into the Green River. Green River is actually a big, large river in Washington.
Not very green. It was very muddy.
It's green and brown. It's gross. So you can't see.
It's
not,
mucky, yeah.
Yeah, you can't see through it. It's very,
Murky.
very deep.
I gotcha.
And I was actually around during this. I lived in that area. And my mom was on the task force to help catch him.
Yay, good
Is
mama.
there any more information or just that?
So she did not actually help him. Like, didn't find him.
I'm glad she didn't help him.
Well, do you know who
that's good.
who helped figure out? Well, kind of figure out the case.
Are you going to say you?
No, God, no. I was a baby.
I don't know. You seem braggy enough to take credit.
Nope.
You guys
Okay.
are definitely married.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah, it takes a serial killer to find a serial killer sometimes.
Yeah.
So they were actually trying to figure out. They actually went to Ted Bundy because he was on death row here in Washington. Pretty much, probably the last.
He's the guy with the Volkswagen, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The yellow one.
Yeah, who would be like, "Oh, I've got a broken arm, or my butt
lost
hurt.
my dog."
My butt hurts. Can you help me? Can you help me hold it in my car?" And then the ladies go, "Of course, you're super handsome." and then they
Super
get in his
gorgeous.
car, and he'd be like, "Pop, pop, pop, pop," and he'd knock him out, and then he'd take him, and he'd do very terrible things to them
When they were dead.
when they were dead. Yeah,
And then he'd go back and do it again. And again.
and again,
And again.
and again,
And then again.
and then you get a new one.
And then.
Do it again
And again.
Wasn't your aunt almost killed by him?
Bundy? Yeah, we'll get to that. So, but really what ended up happening is they went to Bundy and they're like, hey, can you...
We still on the Green River, dude?
Yeah.
Jesus, that was 10 years ago.
It was actually almost 20 years ago.
Fuck up.
And so,
I have an evil laugh. I didn't know that.
so he was like, they were saying, Bundy was probably saying he's probably revisiting old sites. So at first Bundy would give them wrong information and
Yeah,
then give
to-
them right information and then
Just to
do it.
fuck with them.
Yeah.
Let them, just to like.
Because he's like, I'm not going to stop a serial killer from killing people.
Go,
And then-
go them.
Probably
Then
met
he-
him at the serial killer convention.
The serial convention.
Yeah, the serial convention for sure. And so they actually found out, like, because they're like, this guy totally. Bundy's like, no, he's probably fucking these dead bodies, like, right after the fact. 100%. This guy is, like, fucked up. And it turns out, yeah, he was hardcore fucking the bodies he did not throw into the river. And so they found a freshly dug up grave, and that's how they found him. Found DNA.
Okay. There you go.
Wow. I didn't
Yep.
know that part.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I knew all about that guy.
Yeah, he didn't get arrested in 2000 until 2001.
Wow.
So my whole childhood, serial killer, on the loose.
Gnarly.
Yeah. Yep, and my mom was part of the whole thing, and I had to deal with the don't talk to strangers, the whole 9 yards. This is what they do to dead bodies. Look, Cheyenne, this is what they do to young girls' bodies. Like, stuff like that. I saw way too many dead bodies when I was a child.
My mom worked for the police department, so did my grandfather. He was a detective as well.
Yeah.
And so I got the same spiel.
Yep. Way too many dead bodies as a child.
I found the dark web at a really early age, so I've seen a lot of dead
I was
bodies,
okay
too.
with seeing them. I was like, give me more.
Like, oh my god, yeah. Desensitized.
Yeah, we pretty much were, I don't know. You kind of get used to those kinds of things. So let's talk about Ted Bundy now, you guys.
I know him. You know him.
Yeah.
We all know him.
Yeah, we know him.
Okay, so,
Theodore.
yep. Theodore. So, do you know...
What was that?
What did he work at, Jeff?
He worked at, like, a computer company. No, he worked in some sort of tech.
Newspaper.
No. He worked at but
He
he
wasn't
also
the
did
clown,
volunteer...
right?
No. He did volunteer work at if I remember, like a help prevention, like phone number.
Oh, so he'd find people that were...
Nope, he didn't find his victims that way.
Oh.
They said, his coworker said he was the most pleasant person and very helpful to people.
If I remember correctly,
too
he went
easy.
to rest stops and he went to
Gas
parks
stations
and
gas
stuff like that.
stations,
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Late
aunt
at night.
actually, so in Vancouver, so this is when my family lived here back in the late 70s, early 80s. So, around this whole time shebang, a guy come up and she's working at a gas station at night, and he's like, hey, I really need help, like, getting into my car. Like, I need help moving this thing. Can you please help me? And she's like, I can't leave the store unattended. He's like, no, but please, like, you can really help me. Like, I'll pay you. I'll do this whole thing. And she's like, nope, I am not leaving here. And she's like, I really wanted to help this guy. Like, he was really nice and really handsome. But she didn't leave. And I was like, she told, like, my grandma and my dad, my grandpa and the whole thing. They're like, what was he driving? And she's like, oh, it was this really cute little, it was a Volkswagen Bug. And they're like, no, don't get into any car with a Volkswagen symbol on it. Like,
Don't get in any car that you don't know.
okay, she was an idiot. See, she was an idiot. Ironically, so she didn't get murdered by a serial killer.
But,
Oh, she just died of a drug overdose.
oh, well.
I don't know how that's ironic.
She still died very young.
There you go.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's ironic that she still died. I
yeah.
thought you were going to say that another serial killer. It's ironic that she didn't get killed by him because the
Because
other
then
guy
she
got...
became a serial killer.
Yeah.
Or
No, she just died of drugs.
She married a serial killer or something like that.
I'm just
And then
saying, like,
helped
if
the
you're
serial
already
killer.
on the heroin, I think it would just be already better just to, like, it's not gonna last that long.
You pick and choose your deaths.
Fair enough.
Okay.
seriously, this is delicious.
Yeah.
You're really good at this.
Alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cocktail.
Okay, so let's
Cocktails.
talk- Oh, here's my favorite. Oh,
Okay.
that sounds really bad to say.
Oh,
H.H.
he's the
Holmes.
best.
Oh, I love H.H. Holmes. Well, okay, that's...
Do you really know him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's the guy with, like, the murder hotel.
He's the very first known
very
serial
first serial
killer.
killer. He had, like,
American.
American. He
Yes,
built
yes,
this.
yes.
He built his own hotel with all kinds of secret traps and rooms and shifts and corridors and like shafts and like pits with like acid or pits with spikes and stuff like that. And he would like have viewing rooms in some of these pits so he could watch people literally like die on these like in these like vats of like acid or like on spikes, or just like he would torture people and he would just like throw their bodies in these shafts in the hotel, and he like had like a whole thing filled with like bones and shit where he just would throw their corpses and stuff. Like, he was gnarly.
He built it originally because of the Great Fair.
No, World Fair.
The World Fair, thank
in
you.
like 1910,
Chicago.
somewhere around there, like
double check.
early 1900s, something like that.
Yeah,
like,
right there. It was, but he did, the first floor was all shops. So he actually rented out like legit business shops.
Do you guys know how he got this place?
No.
Oh, this is the best. So, there was an actual pharmacy. And so, that was the bottom shop. It was a pharmacy, and the owner who owned the pharmacy owned the whole building. And it used to be apartments. And he comes in to Chicago, finds it's this old couple, and he befriends them, starts working for them, says he's a pharmacist, and he'll help their business. So this starts going on for a little while. He murders both of them.
Of course.
And then he puts the deed in his name, and he tells everyone that these were his grandparents, and that he inherited this, and they're off on a trip right now.
Okay.
And so he starts taking all of these loans for like furniture and things like that, and then puts the pharmacy business in its own name and evicts everyone out of the apartments while he's trying to make these things. So he's renting these rooms as like a hotel just temporarily, and it was all women that would go there. And he'd murder them, of course.
Yeah.
Well, he also, when he was building it, every week he brought on a new crew.
Oh, yeah. And
He fired them every week.
Because he didn't want anybody to know the plans of the building.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
because he would change the plans. He would submit one to the city, and then he would give something to a different person.
Yeah, the
and then
contract. And then,
kill them, usually,
Yeah.
and then send people away.
And if I remember correctly, he also got his money from women.
He kept marrying new people.
Not just
Yeah.
marrying, but he would
Oh, yeah.
swindle money.
Oh, 100%. But
For
so he
sure.
would marry rich people. He was already married, by the way, so he couldn't
Yeah.
remarry.
And I think he had a child, too.
Oh, he had multiple children. But
Multiple children.
he would marry women and take all of their money, kill them, and then marry more people in their family or their circle.
And if I remember the way he got caught, he actually took his business partner and murdered him, of course, but then went to the business partner's wife, said, I need to borrow your children, sort of thing. And
Oh no!
And
he,
then-
like
'cause she
married
lived.
her. He married her.
Oh.
Oh yeah, no, he took the
But
wife and the children.
And because what I remember is she was left behind and he took the kids. He killed the son, shoved the son up a chimney, and that's how he was caught, because some people rented the house and they're like, something's wrong with the chimney, and then they found the dead little
Oh
boy
no,
in there.
he like brought them all on a train together. He left her in one area back in a different state and was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna meet up with your husband over here, and I'm gonna tell him it's over the whole 9 yards." He just took the kids,
Yeah.
and then he stored one of the kids' bodies in a trunk, and was just bringing that around.
Can you imagine how bad that guy smelled?
God.
And with some of his victims, his big thing is that he would use the acid pits and fish out the skeletons and sell those to medical
Yeah, I remember that.
societies for like
Educational purposes.
Yep.
Wouldn't he also sometimes sell cadavers to like places like for medical purposes to like freshly killed people? Yeah.
oh yeah, he even
Oy.
created a room that was completely sealed.
So he could suffocate them,
Yeah,
and then
He would lock
wouldn't,
people
that
in
way
there.
he wouldn't have to
And he'd
stab
watch
them.
'em.
And yep, that
just
sounds
keep him
about
in there
right.
for about 2 days, 3 days, and just watch him die.
Jesus Christ.
I prefer a good book. Glass
Yeah.
of wine.
Do they get anything while they're dying? Not like
Nope.
something to read or
Just a-
some.
Just a empty room.
What if they had to go potty
Do they poo poo on the ground?
Oh, probably.
in the corner?
It was a whole tile sealed room.
You just wash it off.
Yeah.
Just hose it down.
Yep.
The poo poo
in the pee-pee.
in the pee pee.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, it was a gross thing.
I don't like it.
Yeah. I heard they're making a movie about it. Or no,
Good.
it's now
it
a
would
limited.
make a great
It's a
movie.
limited series, actually. Sorry.
Okay.
Where?
Leonardo DiCaprio bought the rights
Awesome.
Ooh.
It's gonna
for
be great.
the White Devil in the City. Have you read that book? So it's a counter-parative of what's going on in the World's Fair in Chicago and H.H. Holmes killing. So you see this like juxtaposition of like how the whole city essentially became like it was up in turmoil with this fair for like 3 years.
Well, and it was, I believe they were making the fair, and it was not in a great place, which is why they were trying to do the fair. Like Chicago
did
was
it
a
in a park.
nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It was a nasty
yeah.
town.
And so a bunch of architects got together. So you see this juxtaposition of like architects trying to rebuild the city and beautify it, and then this like essentially guy who comes into town on a train and just decides because of how gross and up in turmoil and everything is because there's so many people coming and going with the World's
Yeah.
Fair
It's just like a constant
Playground.
flow of strangers.
playground. And then
Easy pickings.
he made the hotel because it was like 2 blocks off of the actual state, like the fair.
And people, I want to stay there so I can go to the fair, and then I'll never make my way back home.
Yep,
But again, he had all those shops at the
underneath
bottom
that he owned.
that he
Yeah.
could.
From the people who were lucky enough to make
real.
it in and out.
But they were only his trusted people.
Oh, I'm sure
I didn't
people
even
bought
know
at the
that.
shops. That's what I mean. Like the people who were lucky enough to shop at the shops. He didn't kill everybody that came into their shops.
No, but he killed a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Okay, next.
Oh, okay. Okay. John Wayne Gacy, Jeff.
Ooh.
John Wayne Gacy. That's the clown fool,
Sure, yeah.
right? That's the guy who would dress as a clown. And is that John Wayne Gacy?
I don't know.
I thought that was, and he was a.
Are you gonna get like confused with the the actor's name who plays the clown in American Horror Story?
No, why? What's the actor's name?
Oh.
It's not John Wayne. It's not even close to John Wayne Gacy.
It really is. Trust me.
I could have swore he was like a children's clown.
John
That-
Carroll Lynch. Very similar name.
No, I could have swore he was John Wayne Gacy. Who's John Wayne Gacy then? Who is that? That's the. I know the name. I always thought that was the clown guy.
This guy really does play a bunch of serial killers. It's insane.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
really
gosh,
does.
he really does.
He's been like 4.
Who's John Wayne Gacy?
Oh, you were right. He's a serial killer clown. I'm just laughing because an actor who played a serial killer clown on TV is named John Carroll
Yeah.
Lynch, and he plays like 8
And
serial
that's I
killers.
didn't know that his name, so I'm not
He
making
was
that
named
association with
after
him.
John Wayne too.
Good for him.
I think his mom really liked John Wayne. My mom loves John.
You're gonna grow up to look like a serial killer. I'm gonna name you John Wayne. You've got that serial
The
killer
Duke.
brow.
Uh,
The Duke.
The Duke Gacy.
The Duke
Really?
Gacy.
I don't know. I made that part up.
What do you?
But he no, I mean like the Duke part.
so what
Oh.
did John Wayne Gacy do as a clown?
He killed people. Like, I don't know, whoever. Like, he would wait till you're at home and then he'd come in there and stab you.
He would go into sewers and be like, "Hello."
I think my
Hi,
favorite thing
come
is when
on.
we talked about John Wayne Gacy the last time. You're like, he's a serial killer who kills other clowns. Like he
Yeah.
only kills clowns.
Exclusively. He's he's like Dexter for
For clowns.
for clowns.
And you're like, he dresses up as a clown to pretending to be a clown, and then he murders
No,
other
he's
clowns.
a real clown, but he's a killer clown of killer clowns at night.
Ah.
Yeah.
How many killer clowns are there?
Lots.
many.
Have you seen the ones from outer space?
What?
Yep,
Killer Clowns from Outer Space,
a
that
movie.
movie in the 80s?
he's weird. There's a bunch of killer
I'm
clowns.
weird. Okay. Go ahead.
It's a bunch of weird killer clowns.
Tell us about
So-
Clown Boy.
Yeah, Allie.
Oh.
You know John Wayne Gacy.
Is this the one that's New York, correct?
Let me double check.
He's
I
in
don't think so. No.
He's in L.A.,
Chicago.
Chicago.
Okay, so his name was Pogo the Clown or Patches the Clown.
Patches or
Didn't even know that
Pogo.
much.
Wow.
All I
that's-
knew was the John Wayne part.
Yeah, and so he was a sex offender. So he would rape and torture young men. And he would stuff their bodies in his ceiling
Awful.
or in.
His
Is
floorboards.
Is this the one that
Floorboard.
also was gay but couldn't be gay, hence why he started doing it?
Are you talking? There's a bunch of gay guys there. and
Yeah,
everyone
that's
is
no,
here.
I totally get that. That's probably the root for most
yeah,
of this.
Jeffrey
a lot
Dahmer.
of it.
All
yeah.
of it. But is this the one that in particular he would like save them? And I want to say he like even dressed them or something, or dressed himself.
Yeah, he was pretty much gay.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they
yeah,
all
I mean,
are.
yeah, he was pretty much gay. Like, yeah, he's pretty much gay.
Yep,
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
right
say
there.
if like you're killing like and you're having sex with like the person of the same gender, even though it's still necrophilia.
So what you're saying
There's
is it's
still
the
some-
parents' fault.
No,
Always the parents' fault.
no, just their brains broken.
They do have a broken brain.
It's legit. Like there's nothing you can do if you shoot out a baby and it's a psychopath. There's nothing you can do.
That's true. Can you? Oh God, you. If only this parents of serial killers felt as frivolous about that as you do. Be like, oh well, I mean, shit. I couldn't help that they came out that way. Not my fault that Jeffrey Dahmer's my son.
I'm just saying their brain is. They have an actual disease.
Well,
like it's not.
I understand.
I
Like,
think
you
also
can't
I
cure it.
did kind of hit the nail on the head when it comes to it is the parents' fault because I think back in the day they weren't allowed to feel the feels that they were feeling.
But that's generally how a lot of men have a lot of problems in general. But you can't, like, if they are a natural born like psychopath.
Yeah, but I mean, if
Your parents could fuck you up 10 times to Sunday, you're still going to be a psychopath.
But if they were better parents,
You can't change the fact that
just let me talk. If they were better parents, they might have been able to identify it sooner and done something about it, as in get them not when I say treatment, I mean locked up, like somewhere where they can't get to somebody.
I'm just saying, like, there should have been a test. Like you know,
But it's
there's
like, how do
tests
you-
when you're a baby.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's hard to determine. It's. I mean, you just gotta wait for them to kill to find out that they're killers.
I think you just have to find it when they're torturing and killing little animals.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a sign for sure.
I'm just
Sometimes
saying,
they
like,
don't
if
take
you
that
could
step
test
though, you know.
for like a psychopathic nature in the womb, just kill the baby.
Okay, well, yeah.
What? I'm just saying.
If it's in
I love
what's
it.
where candies and butts, we'd all be oinka doinka days or something.
I know. I'm just saying, like, if that is a possibility where they could possibly test for
It's
that,
not.
I think it would be really helpful.
It's not.
I know it's not.
Then it's not.
It's just I can't, like, say, like, once your kid starts, like, murdering small animals, go kill your kid. It's probably not going to work well.
throw them in a
Yeah,
well.
they're already kids at that point.
Yeah. It kind of sucks.
Then you're stuck with them. I believe even Dahmer's mom stuck with him to the end.
Yep.
And when he was murdered in prison,
My
he was
baby.
like, look what you did. This is all your fault.
Oh my god!
God.
Look what you did, Jeffrey
you happy
Dahmer!
now? Are you
killed it.
happy now?
You ate people's brains.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Okay, so the Zodiac Killer, Jeff. What about him?
Well,
Them.
They would only kill for people that that's zodiac symbol was that month.
Oh, okay. So, like, in...
August they would kill Leos, like between like this.
So, like, right now you would kill a Libra.
Yeah, like only Libras would be getting killed right now, and they only kill. And what they did is they created a fun little puzzle that it's like one of those things you see at like Denny's on like the kids' placemat, and they sent it to the cops, which was complete and absolute gibberish. It makes no sense, and they just recently figured out that it makes no sense. Right?
Have you heard, yeah, you heard about this, Allie? His code?
No,
There's no code.
there
It's
is no
not.
code. If I remember correctly, they just figured it out. Like, they just figured out the guy. And it was, again...
because the person who it was came forward and he was like,
Okay, the
No.
person
or no,
who
it
it
was his son, grandson came forward and he was like, that was my grandpa.
It was the markings, correct?
Yeah, all the markings like that he would put on the bodies, and then in
But
Like
also-
he wrote that like whole page, like there's like 2 or 3
I want to
pages.
say there was a scar on his forehead, and the grandson was like, my grandfather has that scar. It was a
Yeah.
scar on the forehead,
It was
right?
it was a something that people recognized from the killer, and he was just like, hey, wait a second. And this happened like just like what, last year, this year, sometime.
yeah.
Isn't he dead, though?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
But it's better to know who he is, still.
Because it makes a good story.
Yeah, and
I'm just saying,
and it's
like-
closure. We know he's not.
Well, we already kind of like figured this motherfucker's dead.
I don't know. Maybe he's supernatural. Maybe he's like a vampire,
Reptile man?
a reptile man.
I'm just saying
Reptileman.
because it would be almost physically impossible for like the Sphinx, like this
The Sphinx.
no, like how strong he was, like, and like what he did to these bodies. He could not have been younger than like mid to late 20s, even early 30s.
Yeah.
And he was killing in the 60s and 70s. So you got to, like, timeline wise, this motherfucker would either be like 104 or dead,
Or a vampire, which would be strong at any point in their life.
or a vampire, which would make sense because he killed people at night most of the time.
Yeah.
Or a reptile man?
Or a reptile man.
Reptile man.
And they
Sneeple?
a sneeple, a snake people. Any of the above. We don't know. We only have a body. We don't have the truth.
We don't even have the body
We
anymore.
don't even
He
have
did.
the body. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. Like, if anything, if he didn't get
He done
cremated,
He done molted his skin and he's gone.
I mean, gone.
he gone. So yeah, they literally did not find out until recently, and so he would send letters to the press and like codes and things like that, and
Okay.
have symbols, and yeah, it meant nothing. Which honestly, as someone who would never kill someone, but if you're gonna do it, make the trace like random.
Untraceable.
Yeah.
Just complete nonsense. They're trying to sit there, look for a pattern for
Yeah.
years, and it's just absolute nothing.
Because there's no pattern if it's random. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
Because he didn't go after any specific, like, race, gender,
I believe
age.
they only called him the Zodiac because of the
Because of all the
Symbols.
symbols.
Right.
Yeah.
because no, the symbol he would sign with is the zodiac symbol.
yeah. That, I mean, like there wasn't anything to do with the actual killings that had
Nope.
anything to do with
No.
Zodiacs.
Nope. And it's just because of the symbol of his signature.
Yeah, he literally had almost no pattern.
Did anybody else find the movie incredibly boring?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like when you make a movie about an actual serial killer and you have no information about it,
Why?
how are you gonna? Yeah, it's not gonna be a good movie.
Yeah.
Silly, stupid.
Silly, stupid.
Like you can
Silly,
make up a
stupid.
fake one. That's cool. Like
But then, like, why?
yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying like
Let's wildly speculate.
exactly. But like it would be like when you watch that How to Make a Murderer or whatever on Netflix, and they're like, we don't know if he did it. Do we know? Do we not know? I don't know. And it's just like, well, why make this then?
I'm in favor of I Am a Killer. You guys watch that one?
No.
Gasp.
What's it
Say
on?
what? Netflix.
Okay.
Several seasons. And they go through everything from what they do is they interview the killer first. And you're like, oh man, that's fucked up because they tell the story. And then they interview people from the investigation, whether it's family members or the actual investigators. And then they go back and re-interview them. So it could be somebody who, like, you're like, wow, you're incredibly fucked up. You need to be in there. And then you hear from the family members and the law enforcement, and they're all like, no, this person's totally innocent, but they got locked up and we can't get them out because this evidence says A, B.
And there's nothing against that, like, to contradict that evidence.
But they
But
all
it's not
know
true,
it was
yeah.
this way. And yet the
Awful.
person's so, like, either they have a low IQ and they're
Like
like
in Making a Murder.
exactly. And so they'll be like, no, I'm supposed to be in here. And then they re-interview and they're like, no, I'm supposed to be in here. And you're like, you're not supposed to be in there. And these are people that could be on death row, you name it.
Yeah.
And then others are like, I was really innocent and this is my story. And then you're like, oh, you poor thing. And then you interview and they're psycho fucking killers. And you're like, and then they re-interview and
Yeah.
they're like, no, I'm innocent. And you're like, oh my God, you are a psycho fucking
Okay, I'm
killer.
gonna watch this. What is this again?
Making a Murder. Or
No, it's I Am a Killer.
Oh,
or
I Am a
whatever.
Killer,
And there's,
okay.
I think, 2 or 3 seasons. And
Okay.
it's so good
We'll have
because,
to check it out.
oh God, it's good.
Okay, Jeffrey Dahmer. You know some about him.
Yeah, he ate people's brains and he fucked dead bodies and
Was
stuff
almost
like that.
discovered several times.
He liked to fuck the heads too.
Did he?
Everything.
Oh god.
Thighs. I think
Yeah.
he even did a thigh
yeah.
once. He did
Yeah,
Like,
he would cut
he-
off the heads and fuck the heads.
Oh god.
just body parts.
Yeah, you remember in Get Out where they're like, "You think you caring about them like the motherfucking heads?" And he's like, "They cut the heads off," and then he's like, "You fuck
Yeah.
the heads the whole 9 years." Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I remember
actually
that, yeah.
fucked heads.
Oh.
He fucked everything.
God damn.
And there was one story where he brought over a younger boy and he used a drill and drilled into the guy and he
Oh,
would pour
yeah.
hot water or acid into the
It was
brain.
acid.
Yeah, acid.
But I believe with this one it was with the younger boy, it was boiling water.
Maybe.
But
I just know it was acid.
yeah, he did a lot of acid in the brains.
Not
Yeah.
like acid. In the
No,
truck.
not
I
like
get
on the
what you
tongue.
mean.
But they, for the listener, but for the water
No,
in the
he's
brain.
pouring like actual like acid.
But he was pouring, and then he was taking boiling water. No, I'm just kidding. But like, if I remember correctly, this kid got out of the apartment, and 2 women on the street were like, "This guy needs help," and they called the police. And Dahmer shows up. And he's like, "He's my lover." And the police were like, "Oh," and the guy was so fucked up. This kid was like, "No, I don't want to go back."
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you would pour.
and the police were like, "No, you go back with your lover." And then he went back.
Man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being those police and
so
thinking about that?
The
Like,
boiling water would actually put people into a coma,
yeah.
so they would still be alive.
And they would basically like mush their brain up, and so they, yeah.
Turn
as
them
he
into
rolls his
vegetables.
eyes in the back of his head.
God damn.
Turn them into vegetables.
I hear the new Netflix series, the woman who not created it because it's not created, it's
Are you talking
but-
about the Jeffrey Dahmer one?
yeah.
No, it wasn't created by a woman.
Can you just let me finish my thought, please? The director, the woman who is directing it, She apparently, they didn't talk to any of the families of the victims of the at all. Like, didn't talk to anybody about any of the stuff. And so all the acting that they did, like, of the court stuff, was stuff that they had seen from court videos.
Mm-hmm.
And the victims came forward after the show came out, and they're like, they didn't ask us. They haven't, like, wanted to hear our side of the story. They haven't talked to any of us about it. They didn't, like, we had to find out because we saw it coming up on Netflix, or our friends were telling us about it. And seeing, like, one of the girls, the black girl, I'm sure you've seen the scene, like, of the actual court scene. I mean,
She's incredible.
she's just like, she's like, fuck you, like, you know, just
I
yelling.
called for the police.
Like, and she's just like going, like, she's really like it's
I told
it's
you about it,
gut wrenching.
yeah.
And then she's like seeing that play on the show, like basically acting out my emotions, really like triggered me again. And you know, kind of like brought the family back to like in this thing, because they you know, and they're like, we haven't literally seen nothing, not even like, hey, here's some money to help you guys out because of this whole like thing that happened, like, you know, so on and so forth. Like nothing. Netflix has not talked to them at all about this.
But they don't do that with any of
They
the
don't
stuff
care,
they do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not trying to say, in that situation, that their story is not owned by them anymore.
I know,
which
I
is sad.
understand. Yeah, and it's basically like fair game in a sense, where it's like it's open, it's in the open world. It's not like,
Yeah.
and as long as you're not like digging into their life to find private stuff that, you know, if it's all the stuff that they're doing is stuff that's public knowledge,
Exactly.
but it's still like, I don't know, it's still awful.
So-
you know,
I think it's an awful story, and there's going to continue to be awful things attached to it,
they're
unfortunately.
going to continue to make more and more.
Yeah, and with all the other stories, even with the Dahmer thing aside, even though the Dahmer thing is so atrocious, people I don't even think realized how atrocious until this amazing.
Yeah.
Well, what's sad is like a lot of people glorify serial killers, and I feel like in a lot of sense you need to not do that.
That's happening a lot right now, especially on TikTok. People are, I don't know why, but I know I had this, I said it because I needed to get the point across.
I know. I'm more rolling my eyes about just people.
There's just there, and I love the amount of people calling them out, but some people were like, they're like watching the new Jeffrey Dahmer show, and it shows like him, like, you know, I'm sure it's him fucking something, and it's probably him fucking a skull, and the girls are like, oh my god, like, he's so hot, look at him, and it's just like,
You can
like,
say that about Evan
yeah,
Peters.
but no, but the thing
not-
is that
Yeah.
they're like glorifying like how sexy like Jeffrey Dahmer might have actually been, and it's just like that is like, do you
Actually-
realize what you're fucking saying?
You do know that when after they're arrested, like, okay, here's an example. That cat murderer, you don't fuck with cats.
Yeah.
That guy even, like, there are people who have a sexual interest in
Of
this.
course, yeah.
And they have following. So, yeah, it could be that they don't even realize that they have
Yeah.
A kink.
a kink.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
they actually genuinely are, and they're
Turned on
by
that, unfortunately.
yeah.
Well-
like they're like, maybe I could be one of their victims,
Makes
but
you
but
wonder-
not really one of their victims, you know. But I want to be kind of like,
Everything.
Well, how is it that these serial killers are arrested and then they have a girlfriend and then a mistress in the jail and then all this other stuff? It's like, oh, now I get it.
yeah,
So yeah, I think that just falls. And now with everything on the
everything's
interwebs,
public. Now you just
You're like,
let
oh,
more
you're
people
one of
know
them
that.
theirs.
Yeah, you're into that thing.
Like, you know that show You? Have you seen that one yet on Netflix?
what's it about?
About it's a fake serial killer.
Oh,
His name is Joe. And I'll just give you the synopsis of it. He gets like swept up in a woman. So let's say I'm him in that sense, and I was working somewhere and I saw you. Like,
oh, the
I would
stalkery
be-
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's very like he wants to essentially get like put into their life and protect them because he feels like his love is the only thing that will save them, and tries to control and like situation
Manipulate everything.
Yeah, and so like if you were dating someone, he'd kill your boyfriend, but he's doing it to protect you. He's not a killer,
No.
and it's stuff like
you're
that.
trying to move away. He'll lock you up in the basement because it's it's not safe out there on your own.
Yeah, you'll learn to love him. Oh yeah,
I don't
it
know if
gets
this is something that happened. I'm just making an
no.
example.
He once he pretty much figured out one of the girls like knew, he locked him in in the basement in a
glass
glass
cage? Yeah.
cage that was used
Yeah.
to seal and temper books because he worked in a bookstore,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "You'll learn to love me."
Over time.
Could she breathe in there?
Oh yeah, there's holes. There's holes in there.
All right.
There's holes.
There was holes.
Dig it up.
So stuff like that. And like it's based on a book. And there's books about it. And it's
Yeah.
not a real serial killer. But what's interesting is the actor who plays the guy, Penn Bagley, I think is his name.
Teller. No.
Penn Teller. Yes.
No. Penn Bagley. He was a guy in Gossip Girl. And he was in Easy A.
Nope.
Whatever.
Sorry.
He's like mildly handsome. Like he's like a good like he's not like the hottest gentleman in the entire world. Like
Average handsome.
average, like above average handsome, where you would be
Above
like,
average
if you saw
handsome.
him at a Trader Joe's, you would be like, that guy's really good looking, but you wouldn't be like, that guy's in the gym all the time and only cares about like everything about his body, and like that's all he's ever going to do. You know, different levels. But the actor, he's like, I play this character, and as I hate him, you should not love him. He is a piece of shit.
He's garbage.
He is a manipulator who will murder people to try to find love. He cannot experience love, you guys. Stop saying you love him. He's like, because I don't, and I'm only playing him to show you guys he is a royally fucked up person
Oh God.
who will murder you.
Yeah.
He doesn't know about the kinks. I
And
think I'm
he's-
gonna dub them the kinks.
The kinks.
God, because there's a bunch of people who are like super into that.
Ugh.
Like I was reading some things, like people are into sexual non-consent.
The R word.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like some people want you to like, like
Oh,
Fake it.
not a ravishment thing. No, like an
No.
actual.
The other R.
Yep.
rape.
Yeah,
Yes.
But not-
That's what I mean.
I know, but
Like,
the,
but it's just like
okay, the rape fantasy gets in with ravishment, and if it's like
Okay,
you want
I'm-
someone to
I'm-
like
I
break
mean,
in
no,
with
I-
your partner, the whole thing.
No, I mean
that's a
like
ravishment
I want you to like come and rape me.
It's,
Is that
but
ravishment? I don't.
No, but there's no consent in it, so you couldn't be like, I want to get raped. The other person would be like, I want to rape someone who doesn't want me to do it.
Oh, you have to find somebody who doesn't.
Sexual non-consent.
I don't understand. Okay.
That's gonna be hard to find. How do you know if you don't? If you don't, and if you do,
Most of the
you
time,
did-
it does not.
oh, that gets
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I don't
Oh, it's a
understand it. We
whole
don't need to talk
dicey
about
big
it.
old
It
bag.
confuses me.
But the woman who directs that Jeffrey Dahmer thing, for the most part, is David Lynch's daughter.
For the most part, is David Lynch's daughter, or she is David Lynch's
She
daughter?
didn't direct the whole series. So for the most part,
Is that the
for
dreadlock
directing-
lady? The
Yes.
douchey lady? I've heard terrible things about her.
She's David Lynch's daughter.
That doesn't change
Which
my
one's
mind.
David Lynch?
Makes really creepy movies that
Yeah,
make you
I've
uncomfortable.
heard
David
awful
Lynch.
things about her.
I'll show you. If you've seen any of his movies, I'm kind of impressed. He did Twin Peaks.
It's one of those movie snob directors.
Whatever.
I did that for the scoff. I knew she would scoff at that.
Mulholland Drive, Inland Empire,
Do you
Yeah.
guys know each other?
Eraserhead.
Yeah. Oh, it's pretty underground, David Lynch. If you don't know him, you don't drink enough coffee and smoke enough cigarettes. That's what he
Oh,
does. He
man.
loves his coffee and cigarettes.
Oh, I don't know anything about David Lynch.
Straight black coffee,
Yeah.
chain smoking cigarettes the whole
Never
time.
agoraphobia.
Really bad agoraphobia. Oh yeah.
That's just him.
Oh.
Yeah. Unless
That's-
he's directing something, he will not leave his house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. I think I have that.
Me too.
But he's famous for movies and things that.
And Twin Peaks is his big thing.
yeah,
that
that-
people know.
I tried that.
So I mean, that's all. Him.
I don't mean if that's like a jug. I didn't mean that. I meant like I tried Twin Peaks. Didn't work for me.
That's all right.
I'm gonna say it's with all of his stuff. It's very particular taste. So like if you
Everything of his is very particular.
didn't, that's what I'm saying. Like
taste,
if
yeah.
you didn't like Twin Peaks, you're not gonna like any of it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there
I
we
mean,
go.
I like
Maybe
Twin
that's
Peaks,
why.
and I don't like some of his other stuff.
I just like all of it.
Oh.
So
It's sometimes it seems too art housey to me.
I love it.
Do you guys do scary movies? You like scary
Oh,
movies?
I don't
Yeah.
get scared though.
I don't get. Yeah,
Did you watch the Black Phone?
that looks awful.
I'm not watching it.
My mouth fell on the floor and
Lay
like the
gasp.
jaw just,
Lay gasp.
Yeah, it
That's
just
what that
kept rolling.
silence was.
Everyone who said that is scary.
It's not scary. It's more like mindfuckery or.
Nah, still figure it out.
I mean,
Well, you'll figure it out because it's right there in front of
Yeah.
you. You know who done what. It's more like it puts you in the place of
the kids that are the past kids that,
that
have been killed,
nabbed. Yeah.
and them trying
And
to
more
tell
like you're like-
teach this kid how to not be kidnapped anymore, and trying to guide him through to being the one that makes it out.
Yeah.
Teach your kid karate.
It was amazing. And like you have to admit, like it was pretty nifty. You guys haven't seen it?
No,
No,
I
I have
I,
zero
How do you
interest in it.
know so much about it?
I mean,
Because
I've seen
literally,
a trailer.
we've
I've
seen
seen
a
one trailer.
Like,
That's all.
The
It's
trailers give away everything on some of these like main studio movies.
yeah.
She doesn't watch
I know.
the
Or it's just
trailers.
like he didn't leave the door unlocked. You don't go up there. It's a trap. He wants you to leave. You know,
It's
it's
stuff
like,
like
you
that.
know,
It's like-
you know, he wants you to go up there, so don't go up there. You know, things
Oh,
like
I think
that.
he did such a great job. Like Ethan Hawke and his voice, it was just creepy.
I've heard it's good, but it doesn't seem scary. Maybe I'll watch it.
I think, yeah, like I said, it's more just a mind fucker.
I'll give it a try.
I will
Give
say
it a
for
shot.
me, like,
Okay.
I'm particular with like scary movies. Like Midsummer didn't scare me.
Really?
No,
It didn't scare me. It was again just a mind fucker.
I
I thought
more
it was.
shocking.
I thought it was a good movie.
Quote unquote shocking. More
Like the
shock factor.
storyline was good, and I think other than that, there was no like
I hear
Gasps.
the one with the
Hereditary.
yeah, I hear that. I was gonna say the one with the mom.
Okay,
I liked it till the ending.
I'm gonna say Katya didn't like it and was super scared because she doesn't like dying children.
Oh, I love when
That's her
kids
big
die.
thing. She can't watch children die.
She shouldn't
I'm
watch
all
the
for
movie
it.
I just mentioned. I'm all for it.
So she,
Kill a kid,
not a
fucking
big
like yeah.
I'm like, I'm fine with it. Like, at certain things, I'm like,
God.
I don't like deal with these things. Like, okay, well, there's like certain ones where I'm like, teeth.
Oh God,
Teeth
did you see
coming
that
out.
movie? Teeth.
Oh God, yeah, with the vagina with the teeth.
The vagina
Did you
with
just
the
say it was
teeth.
bad?
I didn't like it.
Oh, it was so
It was
good.
so bad. It was
loved
so
it.
bad that you can't help but reference it for the rest of your life. And like
Yeah.
the dog
It's one of those movies that it's like if you've seen it, you
spits out the.
oh
Yeah,
oh my God.
I think every guy
We
finds
were
it like
definitely into like some weird. There was like a weird time for horror movies when like Teeth and like Human Centipede was coming
Oh,
out.
yeah. I never
all
watched
kinds
that
of weird
one.
stuff like that.
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
VHS.
I yawned. I apologize.
But I think, like I said,
Oh.
I would say if I'm gonna say a scary movie, it's just tough to watch. Is Green Room.
Which one's Green Room? Remind me.
It's a band.
It's a
a
yeah.
heavy metal
With the
band.
guy's last movie before he died.
Yeah.
Anton
Yes.
Yelchin, yeah.
Yeah, before he died from the
Yeah.
Jeep.
Patrick Stewart was the like
Yes, the main guy.
neo-Nazi dude. Yeah. Oof.
That was a good one.
See, like that. Like that's my standard for scary movies. I'm not
that's
saying
not-
that
yeah.
scared me. I'm not saying it scared me.
I want
but I'm
something
saying
to
like,
shock me. Like the last movie that actually shocked me in my core was Fourth Kind, the Mila Jovovich like alien movie.
I don't know if I've seen that. I'm so bad with names.
It's just like I was watching it at like 2 a.m, and there's this scene where like she's listening to the tape recorder, like because she took notes, and so she like fell asleep taking notes with her tape recorder because she's a therapist, and she's listening to it the next. No, her assistant's listening to it, writing down all the notes, and her assistant's like, you need to listen to this, and you know she's just like, oh, so and so feels this. You know, she falls asleep, and then you just hear like screaming at the top of her
Oh,
lungs.
I have seen this.
And I'm just and like just caught me so off guard. And then like there's a scene where all the lights flash and it's like the guy's like ah. And then when that happened, I was watching it. A car drove by and their lights went past my window, and it was really bright. And I just like I had a moment of like I'm gonna fucking die right now. Like these are the aliens coming to get me, and I felt like my heart dropped into my butthole, and
It did.
it did. And that's the only last time I've actually been like scared from a movie. But that was like 10 years ago.
and this was it was because of situational, not
Yeah,
because of the
it wasn't
actual
because
movie.
the actual movie was. It was probably
see,
like
that's the
late
same
at
thing.
night. You know, like
It was Manic with Elijah Wood.
yeah,
Oh, that was a good one.
really
With the
good one.
mannequins, right?
Yeah.
yeah, so good.
And so there was a scene where he's like stalking a woman in a hotel late at night.
Yeah,
You've seen this? Okay. So I'm working late night shift at a hotel and I rented this movie on Halloween. Great idea.
which
you
is
guys.
the night of where people do the most fuckery and like
Exactly.
evil
Not
stuff.
a great idea. And so I'm going on the 3rd floor, and I'm like, because I have to do nightly rounds and walk around, and there's no one here except me, other than the people staying here. And I just, like, the lights started flickering, and this was like minutes after I watched this movie. And I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like,
is it.
This is it.
Just accepting.
And
Embrace it.
I like put my keys in my hand, like I'm getting ready, and like some stone motherfucker comes out of his room. He's like, "Do you know where the ice machine is?" And I'm like, "It's right down the hallway." And I'm like, "Oh!" Just scared the fuck out of me because I thought, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, this
This is it.
I'm like, this guy cannot harm anyone. He has no idea which
The
way
only
is
thing
up
he's
right
gonna
now."
kill is a joint.
Yeah, maybe a pizza,
I have two that have scared the dickens out of me.
but it was just situational for me on that one.
Mine's The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Okay.
Were you a child?
Yeah, well, teenager.
Yeah.
13, 14?
No, a little older when I watched it, and
That's what-
I think
probably.
because I was raised religiously.
Oh, okay.
and
That'll
so,
work. That'll do it.
And also the fact that it really did happen, like it, like you know,
it's
like
based on actual events.
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that scared me because I'm like, oh my god, this poor woman, and you know what I mean, like the stuff she went through. But also the one that scared me out of total nonsensical, like, ooh, boo, is The Woman in Black.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good movie.
It was a
really
really
good.
good, like
Yeah.
traditional scary ghost story. I liked it.
Yeah, that one and what was the other? Oh, Crimson Peak. I like both of those.
Yeah.
Crimson Peak.
Like, not scary.
Not scary,
But I'm just saying, like,
really
good movies.
But I don't know. It had the jumpsies for the
It
Daniel
had,
Radcliffe
it had
one.
that like almost Victorian horror feel to it. You know.
What I really like is if a movie can not do the music to cue the jump scares. Have you seen that when they do it offbeat?
Where it's like.
No, just like the music will be doing
It's-
different
yeah.
things. But the jump scares will not be triggered by the music or
Yeah,
vice versa.
I
Okay.
appreciate that. That's
I
the only
was
time
I was
don't-
showing the example because you said, "Have you seen it when
I
when the
know.
music gives
I
it away?"
thought you
So I
had
was giving an
indigestion.
example.
But I hate when they do that and then the music is just like, and then it gets really quiet and it's just bam,
Exactly,
you know, or
everybody
it gets
knows.
really loud and you're like, of course.
Except
it's gonna-
for my husband, he hasn't figured that out yet.
okay, some people just haven't
He
got
hasn't
it.
figured it out yet. Where I'm like, oh,
That's
boring.
okay. Yeah, like it's coming. Here
Yeah.
comes a jump scare. 3, 2, 1. There.
Yeah. Whereas him, he's like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
Oh my god, that was
Amazing.
What was that scary
Best movie
movie
I've ever seen.
we watched with Laura and I literally laughed through part of it?
Oh,
And
from
she's just
from
like-
As Above, So Below, or As Above, So Below, where
And
they're going to
sh-
the catacombs in like
Paris.
in Paris, France, and like underneath
that was
Paris.
dumb.
It was awful.
And she's like, ah, ah, like literally like scared and like hiding.
And
I-
she's rudely, audibly laughing out loud in theater, and people are like in front of us are looking at us like, "What the fuck is your problem?" And I'm like, "I know it's dumb. I think it's stupid, but stop laughing so loud. You're being rude, like to the people who want to enjoy the movie."
I'm just saying.
Do you feel like if like slasher movies were real life, like we wouldn't die because we'd be like, hold on, and hold on, scene. You need to come forward.
You're walking
Center
way
stage,
too slow.
no one's
Okay,
gonna
no,
be
you
able
need
to be
to
scared
raise
of you
the
by this.
knife more this way, not. You had it over
You're
here.
gonna throw your shoulder out. Doing
Yeah,
that.
do it over here and scene.
Or whenever I see people like serial killers with axes, and you see them like holding the axe, I'm like, you're not gonna get any power behind that. Like you really gotta like go on the back of it. You gotta like
Slasher movies are not scary movies.
like certain things like that.
Yeah,
I
but you're
just-
not gonna walk cocked in position the whole time. You
I know, but
In
when
what
they're
position?
I know, but when they're
cock, you're not gonna cock your walk in your cock position all the
but
time.
when they have it, like even when they're swinging, I'm like they're not even swinging right. Like they're like really choking high up on it, and I'm like you gotta get
Choking and
really
cocking.
base, like right on the base of
You
it.
want it right on the base.
Yeah,
Hollywood,
yeah.
they're not gonna get accurate depictions of how you would want to kill somebody.
I know, but they can at least hear me say you gotta go right for the base.
Yeah.
Just use that in a lot of things,
A
you
lot,
guys.
go for the
the
base.
base.
Go for the base.
Yeah, it's all about that base.
I prefer bottom.
Exactly, it's the same thing. Just go right in the bottom.
Do you want to do some more horoscopes like we did last week?
Horror,
Horoscopes,
not horror.
Ooh,
horoscopes.
why don't you do that and I'll look up what serial killer is for that month.
Okay, Sagittarius and
okay.
Capricorn.
Yay, let's find one.
Okay.
I'm gonna find a fun.
I also have their horoscope doppelgangers as well, so they'll get two this.
so get a real one.
This. Well, I'm gonna do mine because I wrote them down.
Okay.
So they'll get a double.
Yeah.
So Sagittarius and Capricorn, you're getting double. So who's the Sagittarius's?
Oh, Sagittarius?
Yeah.
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. Look at that. Okay.
And
This is for all you Ted Bundys out there.
Edmund Kemper.
Okay,
Oh,
this
he
is
was really scary.
this is for all you Ted Bundys out there. You were adopted. Your zipper's down. Eat more, and eat more when you don't eat more. Don't order the miso. And to repeat, a prolapsed anus is not normal. You should see a doctor. Clean the gutters, so to speak, you know? A squeeze will nearly cripple you tomorrow.
Just
Be-
right at the base.
Being unique just means you don't fit in. You'll receive a job offer as a prostitute. The hardest part is ahead, so stay home and rest and do something for yourself for once. Do it. What did I just say? Fucking do it. Your hair is plotting against you again. Your horoscope doppelganger is Van Helsing.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Ted Bundy and Van Helsing?
Yep.
Let's just stick with Ted Bundy.
Okay.
Okay.
For Pisces, right?
That was
No, it was
Sagittarius.
So what's the next one?
Oh,
It's Pisces.
Capricorn.
Oh, okay. I haven't found that one yet. Just keep on.
Okay,
waiting for me.
Capricorn. Well, it's better if I know the serial killer because it adds to the.
Oh yeah,
He's a good one.
Harold Shipman.
For Capricorn, he is the doctor that killed all the old people after they willed him.
Oh, okay.
Am I right?
He was a British GP.
Yeah.
Yep, and he killed over 200 patients before being nabbed by the police.
Yep.
Old people.
Yeah, and he would like let them go, like put them away in their sleep, like with a.
Give him a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed
Okay.
himself.
What's his name?
Yes, he did.
Harold Shipman.
Okay, here's for you, Harold Shipmans out there. Give up on your dreams. Everyone else has.
Really sounds like Shipman.
Am I saying Shipman?
It sounds like
Just
Shipman.
saw you Shipman out there. You'll fart in front of a large group tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Good things come in ones. You thought everyone forgot about it, but they didn't. Your pet humps your pillow when you're at work.
That explains why he killed people.
Shipman, you will scratch yourself at the absolute wrong time, and then you will be arguing over a parking ticket that will lead to a romantic entanglement. Oh, Shipman. The person in the stall before you had untreated genital warts, so good luck. Your clothes all need to be replaced.
Oh god.
Your next career
That's the worst for me. I'm like,
is,
oh god.
is a powerless superhero. And my original horror doppelganger was Krampus for Capricorn.
Was Van Helsing a serial killer, by the way?
No, but he was what I had for Sagittarius.
Fair.
Neither of these, my choices had nothing to do with serial killers. They were supposed to be like horror movie or horror like icons.
Horror icons.
That's why I had, Dexter Morgan, and then I have other ones that I'm like, I'm gonna say Creature from the Black Lagoon, Jason Voorhees.
Oh, didn't you do Dexter for mine?
Yeah, for Libra.
Yeah. What was Scorpio? What was the one after that?
Scorpio is the Scorpion King.
That makes. Yeah.
Who's those serial killers? Who has Libra and Scorpio?
Oh well, there's not many Libras. Actually, I
What's
found
all of
that
our
one.
horoscopes? Let's find our horoscope killers first,
I
and
just
then
passed a Cancer.
Okay, yeah. Well, there was a better Leo up here. I'm just gonna give him that one because I think he might. Oh, where is it at? Oh, he was. Damn it. Where was it?
I'm getting bored of this already, guys.
Okay, hold on. I'll just look it up.
This is too much work. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, you really don't have a lot of famous ones.
That's because we
Elizabeth
don't get caught.
Bathory,
We're so
you're probably
charismatic. We
Carl
don't get caught.
Denke.
Carl Denke, old Dinkerbarkle.
Dinka-borkle.
Dinka-Dinka-Dorkle.
So cancer ones. I think Carl Panzentrecken.
Panzentrecken.
Yep.
Carl Panzentrecken.
Wow, you Hannibal the Cannibal. There you
Hannibal
go.
the
Robert
Cannibal.
You're jealous.
Madusley.
A little bit.
Madusley. Yeah. Oh, you got a lady.
A lady.
Yeah.
A lady serial
She
killer.
was kind of nurturing when she killed her people.
Of
Aw.
arsenic poisoning.
Lovely. Lovely.
Ooh, that's a good way to go, you guys.
Lovely.
Well, I either fell asleep or foamed at the mouth.
Either one works for me.
Fred West.
Fred West. We're
Not
just
east.
okay. We're just going. Now that we're done naming off people that are on the internet,
You had the Gloucestershire House of Hoarders.
Gloucestershire. It's a cheese. Jeff just found the cheese.
Now you're
Gloucestershire.
allergic.
I am. It's killing me. You guys remember Lost Renovations? That's Allie's page. Remember that, guys, that we talked about last week?
It's furniture.
It's
I do
furniture. Go there. And then, what you got going on?
School.
There's nothing you need to check out for her, I guess. If you want to go follow her Archa, H-E-R, her Archa,
Yep.
is the name. And then also you can follow me on
Yeah.
everything. Go to Katya's
Just
show.
Yeah.
Our friend Katya, if you're in Vancouver or Portland,
Or you can also buy the art online.
you can buy the art online. You can go to her page, but she has a show at a place.
Côte Elise.
Katya Elise. I'll tag her in Côte Elise, and it's till November 18th, I want to say.
Yep.
It's really, she's absolutely fucking amazing artist. I'm blown away just seeing those things in person. Like have you been, Allie? You should go. It's great. So check that out.
I've been flossing.
Yeah, that's,
Oh,
the
good.
dance or the teeth?
I hope it's
Yes.
the teeth one.
Both.
Both.
We're getting old.
I haven't been able to go because I've been flossing.
That makes sense. That's a daily thing, you guys.
Yeah, it takes a while, especially
Like,
when you have so
seriously,
many
if
teeth.
you're brushing and flossing your teeth every single day, that's a lot of time.
And
Yeah.
dancing.
It's days even.
Yeah.
Weeks.
Yeah.
And dancing, days, weeks. So that's all we got. Yeah.
Oh, and there's a giveaway right now.
Yeah. By the time this is out, the giveaway's gone.
Well,
The
still.
giveaway is a handshake from Just Jeff. And if you're lucky,
Should
maybe
I-
a high five.
Should I extend the giveaway
Yeah, I would.
for another week?
Yeah, I
Because I
would.
only did it for 1 week.
No, you should do it for another week.
When was the giveaway end date? Talk
can
amongst
name me.
yourselves.
It was
You can name
time,
me a winner.
and now it's more time. So I
Okay.
think
Well, I guess I could just extend it. I touched your. What's the calendar?
It's not real.
it's a computer program.
It's a peg leg.
What's next Wednesday?
time.
Okay. I need to give them a
Are you
date.
talking about this
19th?
Wednesday?
No, the one that's.
I believe it's the 19th.
19th.
Okay, you guys are giving me a lot of dates because I had it set for the 19th.
Then the
37th.
That's the day. I had
Purple.
it set for today.
Purple.
No, I had it
October.
set for the 12th. So I'll pick the winners on the 19th. I'll set it for another week. Go to my Instagram page. I have a giveaway. It literally says giveaway on the main picture, and you can win a $25 to Buddy's Steaks. He's my sponsor. It's, why wouldn't you want to win free food?
If you have friends, tell your friends.
Yeah.
If you don't have friends, tell yourself.
All you have
over
to
and
do
over
is
again.
go to that, and you have to be following me. You have to be following Buddy,
Oh.
and those are two easy things. And Buddy's really great. And then you have to like my post, and then tag a friend. And if you could tag like 50 friends and get 50 entries, but they have to be separate tags.
Oh, damn it. I ruined it. I put 4 on mine.
That's that's okay. I'll still count them because you're a guest on our show, so you have an exception to the rule.
Ruined it, and I don't pay attention to rules.
That's okay. Some people didn't follow Buddy, and I'm just giving their vote to someone else. They're because if you don't follow the rules, someone else gets your.
You hear
your
that?
entry.
You must vote.
Yeah. Follow
Voting's
Buddy
important.
Yeah,
because
because
he's
that's what the
important.
thing is. They didn't follow Buddy. I'm like, well, that's the whole point. I want you to go follow my Buddy.
Yep, our buddy.
So the 19th
Buddy,
is what he
buddy.
said, right? The 19th is when I
19th of
yeah.
October.
So when the next episode comes out, my next Halloween episode, I'll have picked the winner, and so go enter that if you're listening to this and you're local to the area and you want to try delicious food.
Because even if you're not to this area, what you could do is you can get the gift card.
And then
then
visit.
you can visit Portland because you have a gift card. Like
Yeah.
you're going to be saving money.
And if you're scared to drive in Portland, I know somebody who will drive you.
Cheyenne will drive you.
Or you can get an Uber if I don't know you or like you. So
We don't need another serial killer on our hands.
Have you seen that movie where they have like this fake serial killer called the Bone Collector and he's a taxi driver and that's how he gets his victims and then copies this book?
No.
Nope. No one else watched it as a child and scared the
No.
shit out of them? Okay, just me then.
No.
Hence why she will not be driving you.
Okay. So go
Nope.
and go follow me. Go into my giveaway on
Steal
Instagram.
your bones.
Go follow her at John Lost
your
Renovations. Get some bones. Give us your bones. Send in your bones. Give me your bones. I want all your bones. Outside teeth. Teeth are bones. Bones and teeth are your outside teeth and bones. This has been Just Jeff, or as used to call me in high school, Jeffrey Dahmer, because they actually did call me that sometimes because my name's Jeffrey. So what else are they gonna call me?
Is it spelled the same?
No, he is R-E-Y. I'm
Yeah, that's what I
E-R-Y.
thought.
Most people are named Jeff E-R-Y, like Jeffrey.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not the right
Jeff,
way.
Ree, not Jeff Uri.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You're the right way. Everyone else is
R-E-Y.
the wrong way.
No,
If you-
I'm ERY and there are, yeah.
Yeah, and if you spell it with a G, you're a sociopath.
No, that's not true.
What if it's Geoffrey?
I don't like it.
I like
We like
Geoff.
we like
Geoff's
Geoff.
great.
Jeff.
But they should change their name.
No, he's wonderful. he's like a giant man.
It's like when I see all the other Cheyennes and it's spelled with like S's and I's, and I'm like,
It's like Shathid.
okay. Don't
What?
take a Native American name.
No, it's not a Native American name.
Cheyenne?
Shathid
No, I'm saying Cheyenne.
And on that note,
And
compared to Shathid.
yeah,
Okay, thanks for listening to Just Jeff podcast. Say goodbye. Goodbye.
hi.
She's got a wonderful name. That's all you need to know.
he's sleeping on the couch tonight.
I'm not even sleeping tonight. Good night, guys.